Hey there guys, I'm feeling a little under the weather after Thanksgiving, so I apologize if my voice sounds weird during this review. Thanksgiving dinner just did not agree with me this year. But enough about that, let's get started. You know, developers have been making special peripherals for games for quite a long time. From Guitar Hero's instrument controllers all the way back to the NES's light gun. These special controllers are interesting, but nothing to really catch my eye. But official Pokeball controller for Pokemon games? Whoa, 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 that's cool. The very idea of using a Pokeball controller to play a Pokemon game sounded neat, looked neat, and I really wanted to give it a try. So about a day or two after I bought Pokemon Let's Go Eevee, I got the controller. And now, a couple days after I reviewed Let's Go Eevee, here is my review of the Pokeball Plus controller for the Nintendo Switch. The controller's design is remarkably simple. It looks like just a small spherical Pokeball with a hand strap attached to it, so you can put it on your wrist and not risk dropping it. As far as inputs are concerned, the button on the Pokeball is the analog stick, which can be clicked for the A button, and there's a soft button on the top of it that functions as both the B button and the X button. And anything that doesn't require the analog stick A or B can be toggled in-game with a quick shake through motion controls. Now when we're talking about motion controls, we also have new and different motion controls when you're in the catching minigame. Instead of flicking the controller like a Joy-Con, you actually hold it and can do full throwing gestures for your throws, giving a little more input, but in my opinion, much more consistency and much better accuracy with your throws. Now the final part of the design really reminds me of the PlayStation 4 controller. There's a built-in LED light and a built-in speaker, so whenever you hear sound effects in battle or during the catching minigame, you hear them through the controller, as well as colored lights that pop up depending on what you're doing, if a move is super effective, and if a catch is successful. Now as far as the actual features of the Pokeball Plus, let's be honest and say all of the throwing gestures are not what a lot of people bought the Plus for. Mew is. As of right now, the Pokeball Plus transfer is the only way to get Mew into your game. But this doesn't come without its risks. There is exactly one Mew in this Pokeball Plus. Not one per profile, not one per game, one. Once you transfer that Mew into your game, Pokeball Plus is empty, and if you accidentally restart your save file before transferring it back out to the Pokeball Plus, it's gone. Only way to get it back then is to buy another Pokeball Plus or find an extremely generous player online. Now on the idea of taking Pokemon in and out of the controller, you can actually put any Pokemon you want from the game into the Pokeball Plus, and a little bit of Pokemon Go comes out in that you can take the controller with you and walk around the world. And when you come back, it will record all of the steps you took and reward you with experience for that Pokemon along with candies. And that's not where the Go connectivity ends, because not only is this a controller for Pokemon Let's Go, it can also be synced up to your phone to be used as a Pokemon Go Plus accessory, allowing you to interact with your Pokeball Plus instead of your phone when you come across wild Pokemon in Pokestops. Now we've talked enough about the features of this. How does the Pokeball Plus perform? When you're actually holding the controller, it works pretty well, but it really depends on the size of your hands. Whenever I'm using my thumb to click on that analog stick button for the A command, my thumb cramps up a lot, and I have to opt to click it with the side of my thumb instead of the actual tip of it. It's very clear that this was built for small children and not adults. Now the motion controls work quite nicely. As I said earlier, I get a lot more accuracy in my side throws with the Pokeball Plus than I do with the Joy-Cons, because of the fact that you do actual throwing gestures and you can actually aim it to the sides and it will register those. But that's not what I really like about this controller's performance. What I really like is its battery life. Despite all of the LED lights and all of the speaker sounds that are constantly used when you're playing the game, my Pokeball Plus controller lasted me a good 20 hours on a full charge. That's quite a while. Now, in conclusion, The Pokeball Plus controller is a sleek looking Pokeball that doesn't really look like a controller. There are some drawbacks, because this was clearly designed for people with small hands rather than large hands, and it is painfully easy to accidentally lose that exclusive Mew Pokemon if you decide you want to restart your save file. But still, it's a cute controller with incredible battery life, so if you want to be the very best like no one ever was, this is a good way to do it. Reviews to Go rates the Pokeball Plus for the Nintendo Switch a 7 out of 10. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them below or head to the website at reviewstogo.com.